150,000 people are playing Manor Lords right now, and I'm sure you are one of them, just like me. Compared to other city builder games, Manor Lords is a bit different. It has its own quirky features, and after playing all day today, I thought I would make a video for beginners with the information I would have wanted to know. So this is our city, and this is just a brand new game. We got a message, there will be lots of information. If you have never played it, you should read it. There will be timestamps in the description, so you can just skip around if there's something that's boring or something you want to know more about. Let's start off first. So this is our city. Let's zoom out a bit here. We were right here. And we have some wild animals on the left side. We have clay deposit on up here. We have stone deposit. We have iron deposit on the right side. And we have some berries. As of right now, it can be a bit tricky to get all the berries because they are so far away. But we have animals right here. And of course, a lot of forest everywhere. And the first thing we're gonna start building is the logging camp. It will get us timber. Let's see here, where is a decent place for logging camp? How about right here, close to our iron deposit? If we press left click mouse and spin it around, go up and down, the buildings will rotate. So that's super easy to know, really useful. And now on the right side we have overlay, so you can check underground waters. This is really important also, and this is really important for when we build our well. We have to place it above the blue water, otherwise it's not gonna work. We have the fertility for emmer, for flax, for barley, rave, and for ray. So this is a really good place. The greener the better. Then there is also smell and fire hazard, but that's still in works. Nothing you should worry about right now. So while our 5 builders or 5 families build logging camp, I'm gonna prepare for the next thing, which is hunting camp. So we go into the construction, we have go into gathering, and then we go into hunting camp. So this is where our animals are. I can't place it in the red circle, but I can place it just outside. So something like this. And one thing I want to show you about the berries, if we zoom in here, you will see berries deposit 8 out of 64 max, seasonal, and right now they are growing. That means the max is 64, and during winter they will stop, they will disappear, and then during spring and summer they will grow back up. And by the way, I thought the berries were far further away than they are. So let's do something like this. Now we go into the roads. It's really important, and I'm going to show you how to make beautiful roads. Right here, I like to follow where the trees haven't grown. So for example, I go here, I press a few times, and there is save. Good. You can set the amount, how often you want the game to save. I have every 10 minutes. Let's zoom in here, go down here. We can go all the way around like this and connect it to our forester or lodging hut. Yeah, that was it. Then we can also go close by the iron deposit. All right, perfect. The hunting cabin is done. And right here we have a few settings. So right now I'm gonna assign a family, and as you see up here, we went from having 5 unassigned families to 4, and 1 has focus job, and that's hunting. We can go into the people and check where the people are that will hunt. So probably these 2 were building up here, and now they are moving into hunting. You can also go into advanced and go into, for example, limited walking area. You get a circle and you tell it, I want our hunters to hunt in this specific area or somewhere else. Otherwise they will go about everywhere. One more important thing here is this setting right hunting limit. So in this area we can have max 20 animals, and right now we have 16. If we don't hunt them, they will grow up to 20, and that's when it stops. This limit is how many animals we will let be alive in this area. And 10 is pretty good limit. We also have lodging camp, which is done right now, and we will assign 1 family to it. We can go to the people. We have 2 people right now building the forager hut, but they will transfer very soon to the lodging camp and start cutting down trees. We once again have advanced tab right here. We can select which area we want them to hunt. So right now we can select, I want you to cut down this tree, and they will do that. And by the way, you can just go in here and clear work area, and they will cut down trees everywhere. So for me, that's really useful if we want to build farm and I want a specific area to cut down trees and to clean up the area. Right up here, you can see the approval ratings, and these are quite important. So you see, we don't have any houses for our villagers, so all of them are homeless. That's not good. So we are getting minus points in the last 30 days because of that. So what you should do is go into the construction, go into the residential, then you have burgundy plot. And this is a tutorial on how to use it. I will also show it right now. Now we have to choose a place. And usually when you look for a place, you're looking for where it's actually the worst place to have your farms. But because everything is so green, for example here, this would have been a good place. Or down here. But everything we have is pretty green and very useful to have. So I'm thinking going down here and build the area. Plus we have an underground river which will be close to our residential area. Here we are. We can start off with a road and have it go in the here, start from here, something like this. Then we go to the burgundy plot. The first area or the first line you draw is where the entrance to the buildings, to the houses will be. So if we go something like this, it's, as you see, 1, 2, 3 wide. Then let's go up a bit, and I'm choosing this area because first you have 2 houses. That doesn't really matter that much. One important thing is though the size of the garden, and here we have decent size, and you will see you can do that. Select that, you will see up here that you have green letters, which means 2 houses are planned to be built. One thing I don't want you to do is make a mistake I have done before. So let's see here, can we... So for example this, you see how now we only have the icon of the house. It means that they can only live here. They won't be able to have any garden or extra houses. This is a bad design. I would highly recommend you build a bit bigger. So for example this one, we have a big house on the right side and we have a smaller house on the left, which is acceptable thing to do, to have. Now we only have 11 wild animals, and you can see here we have generic storage 6 out of 12 and pantry 10 out of 36. Meat 10 meat and some hides, so it's fantastic to have. Our ox is working hard. We also need a well, should not forget that. And it doesn't really matter that much where you place it as long as you have it. So I'm gonna place it right down close to my houses. And a good thing to know is if you select building you're building or you're planning to build, so we have placed it, and if you click it, you have the priority. It goes all the way down to the lowest, very low, low, medium, high, very high, and the highest. One thing I would have liked is actually have few buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that would have made it much simpler and easier, but you can't have everything. Now, as you see, our approval is actually on -5, which is 45. One thing to know here is if you're below 50, your village will not grow. You will never get any people moving in. So it's not for the first year, but it's actually really good to prepare because, well, you want your village to grow, right? And not just the slow pace of the old village, but people moving in. Building houses is really important, and having satisfied, happy villagers, citizens, is really important here. And while they build that, I'm gonna look at the next thing we need to have, and that is woodcutter's lodge. That will create firewood, which is really important for the winter. So right now we are still in March, and we don't have to rush, but it's good to have it already. And I like to place it near the forester or the logging hut. So let's go something right here. I like how it connects like a magnet. And now, right now, you see these 2 buildings. Oh, by the way, let's go. We are putting low on you. The house right here is getting built. The animation for this building is just crazy. Super detailed, by the way. Now, we said we needed 5 houses, so let's select 5, or let's build 5. Something like this. This should be enough. There we are. A bit more. There we go. There we go. Now we'll build 5 houses. It looks like well is also done. Wow. Those are sick animation. This right here in the middle, we have exposed goods. So we have, this is a building. This is a building called generic storage. Then we also have exposed goods, which is granary. And then we have homelessness, which we are working on. But for the storage, these 2 are storages. If we go into the construction, logistics, we have granary. For that, we're gonna need 2 logs, which we do not have right now. We are building too much. Hang on. Oh yeah, hang on. We can do it like this. And here, animals. We said we do not want to have less than 10 animals. So we can take a break here from the hunting camp and increase our logging camp. Have 2 families actually cutting down forest. That will increase our timber production, and just the biggest reason I told you to build houses with gardens is because of this. Let's select one house, and right here we have extra stuff. So as you can see, we have vegetable garden, chicken crop, or goat shed. Now all of this costs money. So as you see, just down below we have 25 for the sheep, 25 for the chicken, and 15 for vegetables. To start off with, choose vegetable garden, and I would recommend just going for it on everywhere. And now for the 4th house, we do not have any more coins or wealth as it's called, and we can't have more vegetable gardens, but still you are prepared when you have the money for that. Now when it comes to storehouse, especially later in the game, it's really important to build that close to your production. So for now, if we took storehouse, which will actually collect pretty much everything besides food, I would have it right down here. Right down here we have some stone, we have logs, timber, we have iron as well. So it's a pretty good area, it's all close by. And for the granary, I would put it close to our farms or hunting lodge, hunting camps. So now we have built our houses. We have wood cutter lodge here. I'm also gonna get also have a granary close by here, and a storehouse right here close by. Maybe this was too close and should have it further away. Hang on, right down here. Perfect. And as I told you, we got our wood cutter. Let's have a family working on it. And you will see here, now we have fuel. Most of the fuel was actually collected by the logging camps. But now with woodcutter, they can also produce firewood for the winter. And now after playing for about 30 minutes, you will see here where our lodging camp, our woodcutters actually cut down. A lot of trees have disappeared here to build everything we have. One thing I've noticed is because you have only 5 families, that will slow you down quite a bit, which is quite nice in a way. So you don't have to be rushed and forced to do a lot of things at once. So right now, I have one family working in the storehouse, and they will just transfer all the stuff to the storehouse. Same thing with the granary here. They will transfer all the stuff, all the food stuff to the granary, and then we can just remove that work, that family, and because you don't need to have it on all the time. Let's take a look again and see what we have. We have 17 timber, which is quite a lot. We have, where is our... There we go, our forage hut. We have a bunch of berries, 5 houses that we need for our 5 families. We have our hunting camp with lots of stuff, lots of meat and hides. And of course granary, which we are actually transporting food to. So we have few people getting some berries from the forage hut right here, as you can see now. If you want to be extra good, you can take a look at our burgundy plot and see there are 3 levels of them. The first, you start off with level 1, then you can upgrade to level 2 and 3. To upgrade to the next level, you can click on a plot here and see it needs water access, which we have. This should be green, by the way. Then we need church level, so we need a church in our city, and of course we need some beer. So now, after only 2 months of playing, we can check our supply numbers, and we can see here we have food for 15 months. The best thing here, this food doesn't go bad. So 15 months of food, and we have fuel for 6 months. Most of the fuel will not be used during summer. It's during winter when we need to heat up our homes that will be used. But as you can see, our woodcutter lodge is doing fantastic, and it will create so much firewood, will be good for a long time. Now we could be down there, but let's continue here and do a lot of extra work because it's fun. So first, well, you don't have to do this first, but I think it's quite nice because as you can see, we have removed quite a bit of forest from around our logging camp, and to fix that, you can build a forester hut, build it right down here. And what it does is actually replants the forest. That's going to be great if you want to keep your logging camp in the same place. Now we do have a lot of forest, and look, there's so much forest. I think it's nice that we replant and reuse. Then what we also can do is actually take a look at our burgundy plat and see we need church level, we need at least one wooden church to get one of the requirements for level 2. Level 2 plot. So let's go into construction, we go into residential, and we have wooden church right here. Once again, it doesn't matter where you place it as long as somewhat in the area, and we can have houses right there. It takes a lot of space and we don't have enough goods. So what we need, we're gonna need 20 planks. If we go into gathering, you can see the plank icon right here. So it takes timber to create planks. Let's have that also close by right here. One good thing to know is since everything is actually being done one by one. So for example, your logging camp, you forest your woodcutters, take down one tree at a time, you get one timber at a time. The houses, the buildings don't cost that much. So our saw pit costs 2 timbers, and for the most part it's 2-3 timbers each. So it's really nice. It's actually on the lower scale, not the numbers aren't inflated. I would say they are inflated, if that's a thing. But that's good. They are building the forester's hut, and hopefully they'll be done with that soon, or hopefully they'll be done with saw pit soon. Let's put one family. Alright, so now a month later or a few weeks later we have 30 planks. So now we have actually the possibility to build a wooden church. Let's see where we're gonna build it. Maybe right down here in the middle. Oh, and would you look at that, we need stone for that. Let's put the priority on the church a bit low, and let's get into the mining now. So stonecutter camp, it's right here. You see this icon, we have 160 stone deposit. So let's get stone, something like this. Let's go higher priority just to make sure they are getting the stone camp first, so we can have to make sure we have stones for the church. And by the way, you have a visit mode, so if you press it, you can walk around in your city, in your village. I really like this, and the details, the shadows, the colors, everything looks so amazing. Back to the game, and you can walk as much as you want, wherever you want. And as you can see, mining stones goes really quickly. So now we have 12 of them. We don't need many more for our church. So let's pause that and have everybody build the church. The church is really expensive compared to everything else. We need 5 timber, 20 planks and 10 stones. But what it does is actually something amazing. Previous 30 months we had homelessness on -3 points, 3 approval points, and now because of the church we are getting 3 points, and this will grow with time. So the homelessness -3 will go down and the church level will go up. Now that we are 50%, we can actually build another house, and with some time people will move in. So that you need to have above 50% for people to move into your village. Let's go into the residential, do something like this. We have 2 houses with garden and a 3rd without. That's no good. Can we do something like this? No, that's way too big. I don't need 3 houses, 2 big houses and a garden. All right, I can go with that. We don't actually need that many, but all right. Oh well, it's okay. What did we say? Ooh, food for 26 months and fuel for 6 months. Thanks to that, a lot of people will want to move into with us, and well, our village will grow a lot faster than we had planned for. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more Timberborn videos, Manor Lords videos, and see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.